for you to get maximum research points, we're going to go to the tech tree here. And you can see in the tech tree that you can reset a line. Obviously, we get a progress reset in 3 days. What you're asking is, can I reset the line first and then reset it a second time? The answer is yes. If you want to do it like that, first of all, you don't have to reset it again in 3 days. You could wait until you've ground all the way up to the tier 10 and then reset it again before, I think it's 90 days, right? That every 90 days they do the bonus. So, in that case...
every 3 months. I'm not sure if it's 90 days or 3 calendar month, but one of those two.
Close enough. So, basically, the idea is you're going to want to reset a line now, okay? Get the line reset now, if you can. You do not need to own the ship to reset the line again. If you want to, like, I'm going to be, of course, resetting the Japanese destroyer line, right? So, as you can see here, I have the Haragumo researched, but it is not purchased. And I can reset this line just fine. So, and which is what's going to happen in 3 days, right? So, reset the line. If you want to reset it again in 3 days, then you can spend a whole bunch of free XP to do so. My recommendation, if you're going to do that, is at least get a win in each of those ships. But that means you have to spend the credits to buy the ship too. So it's up to you to decide. But my personal recommendation, once the reset starts, reset now. Okay, reset a line now, and then just work through it like normal. Okay, and with your goal being to finish that line regrind within the next 90 days. If you're playing warships every day and you're grinding first wins in every ship, you can probably do that with minimal free XP spending, and you'll probably earn enough credits along the way to justify buying most of that stuff back anyhow. So that's how I would do it.
It's
kind of like the less XP booster you use, that means the longer you take for the regrinds, the less credits you actually lose.
Right. One way to think of it is exactly
funny
what
how
Granty
it
is
works.
What Granty is saying is basically don't use XP boosters when you're regrinding that line. Make it take longer for you to regrind that line, especially when you're grinding the 5, 6, and the 7, and the 8. This is where you get most of your credit earnings, right? So what he's saying is if you have to play more battles to regrind that line by not using the XP boosters, you're going to get more credits. So if you're credit starved, that's a nice way to think about it if you, want to not waste a lot of credits in the process.
Obviously, that approach doesn't work if you want to have your tier 10 back as quickly as possible.
No,
which is why the ideal line for you to reset, if you actually want to play the line, is a line where you enjoy playing the line, but don't necessarily enjoy the tier 10. And for example, the Russian destroyer line, the main line, fits that perfectly for me, because the Delny is like whatever.
Well, and for me, I mean, the Haragumo line, same thing, right? Because I never really jive with the Haragumo. So, I'm with you there, too. That makes sense. But, and Raining says, playing more battles is one thing, just make sure that you win those battles. Not necessarily true. You still get credits, you still get XP even on losses. And if you think about it, if you're not using the XP boosters on a ship line that you're regrinding, you also aren't wasting them on losses. So you could think of it that way too. If you really wanted to, you could run these ships with like no flags, no XP boosters, and if you detonate, you don't care. You just hit escape and go back to battle again.
Credit earnings have nothing to do with winning or losing, by the way.
No, exactly. Not worried about credits. You were under the assumption that I could reset and reset again and only have to rebuy the ships once. And you can rebuy the ships however many you want.
You can do that, but you have to free XP to the tier 10 again before you can reset.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
You don't have to have the ships, but you have to have the research done.
Right. So you research the Hatsuharu, don't buy it. Research Shiratsuyu, don't buy it. Research Akizuki, don't buy it. Research Kitakaze, don't buy it. Research Haragumo, don't buy it. Reset.
Well,
if you wanted all the free XP.
They made
wanna
it
use that.
easier too because you can just go straight to the Harugumo and hit and research if you have enough free XP.
That's true. That is also true.
It's the reason why most people recommend the Harugumo line, because if you do that approach with the free XP, that's the cheapest way to do it. It's the
By far.
cheapest line.
So they're all
by
researched
far
now.
is relative. Like, I think you save like 50,000 free XP compared to the Shimmer line. It's not that much, but it is the cheapest.
But I'm gonna go ahead and leave. I have things to do.
You gotta go?
Yep.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for playing.
I'll keep
That
learning.
means, guys, we have room for one more if anybody else wants to jump in.
I have one more ship where I can get gold tokens for.
You
Okay.
thought only the first win gave you points on meals? Yes, for Research Bureau, that is correct. Come on in, SAT, let's grind your split. Conklin says, what I've started to do now to save on credits is at the end of one reset period, I reset a line, and then at the start you free XP at reset again, and then grind through. Okay, so you basically, what you do is you wait for the reset, so in 3 days you'll reset a line, and then you're going to wait until another reset to grind through it all. So you're going to use a lot of free XP, but you're going to save a lot of credits. Okay, you can do that too. Lots of different ways to do Research Bureau. What it comes down to is, what resource do you want to use most, right? You've got time in terms of number of battles, right? You've got free XP, and then you've got credits. You got to find that right mix for you that works, and everybody's going to be a little bit different. All right, I think I might put that out on